Welcome to this channel. So in the past few weeks, I have many friends from traditional Chinese martial arts, Wing Chun, and Santa messaged me, told me their experience following the restricting Wing Chun to practice their momentum handling and using the Red Book training band. And all of these friends told me that as soon as they hop into this Red Book training band, within minutes, they know right away it is a very different paradigm compared with those structure power, mind power, detach power, so forth. So, of course, one of the reasons that you get that experience is because the restricting Wing Chun is a direct transfer of the knowledge of what is existing in the Shaolin sword strike. And the Red Book training band is designed so that one be able to experience it or simulate the reality of momentum handling. So this is very different than different idea which is based on their thinking. So for example, these days we always heard about people talking about Buddhist art, Zen art. People will try to sell saying that a Zen art has to have detached power, detached, because Zen is detached. Or somebody say, well, you know, you have to have this structure power, mind power. Well, if you look into the truth of Buddhism, those detached power and mind power stuff is not Buddhism at all. Why? The bottom line of the teaching of the Buddha is impermanent. Impermanent, meaning everything changes, continues to change. So in Zen, we heard the saying of one will never step in the same flowing water twice. Zen, right? Meaning everything is changing. Now, when you use the Red Book training band, when you move, at every of your move, your momentum change, your muscle is continuous to change. So it is a training of continuous change on handling one's body. So that is fitting into the Shaolin training or the Zen Buddhism training. Nothing fixed. Everything is alive and continuous change. Now if you look at the mind power is using a structure try to manipulate the reality. That is different than thing is impermanent, you flow with it. It's a different thing. So mind power saying that, or the structure saying that I have to have this structure, this handling, this control. But Red Book training band say, no, I flow with it. So I make sure my entire body be able to flow with it. Okay? So you can see the difference. where the structure, the mind power, is talking about something permanent, and the realistic of the universe, according to the Buddhism, is impermanent. Everything changes, continues to change. For the Zen, the same. You never step at the same flowing water twice. Now you look at somebody's idea on this detached power, the detach. Well, when everything is impermanent, continues to change, what to detach? What to detach? When you want to detach something, meaning that there's a you, and detach to something else. Well, when everything is impermanent, what to detach? It is a flow. Okay? So this is what exactly the problem of traditional Chinese culture, like 2-3 days ago when I shared the translations of General Qi Guang. Just one single sentence. You see that how is all this expert is off. Obviously, they don't know the Chinese culture, they don't have experience with it, and they create something, they stamp on the name of General Qi Guang. In this case, you can stand on the Zen, Buddhism, you can stand on Shaolin, or like today's is you can stand on Mui or Ji Sim, because nobody can verify anymore. Right? Who can verify is that Mui is there or Ji Sim is there? But wait a minute. When you look at the Buddhist teaching, compare with what they are training, or what is their concept, you know it is not according to the Buddhism. If you read the Restricting Wing Chun, that is the teaching of how one should behave from Shaolin. Even you read about General Qi Guang's writing on that conduct or practice in the Restricting Wing Chun, you found that they are actually investigating stuff, not have this macho, I'm the king of this, I'm invincible, those kind of stuff. So all these Buddhists and even General Qi Guang's and his teaching is like a scientist today or engineer today. I'm going to investigate on this, and see how it works and so forth, so that I'll be able to make it work. And it is not about, this is from the Buddhist teaching. So we have this magic power of mind power. This is the detached power. This is like the Zen teaching. It is completely off. So if you stand in the traditional Chinese culture, ancient culture, you look at that, same with the General Qi Guang case I presented by evidence a few days ago. All this so-called Shaolin Buddhist art, it is same that it is not what it is. It is a made-up in past 60, 70 years, with people have no idea what is the teaching of Buddhism. You go to, say people today is promoting mindfulness. In those mindfulness, if you get to the bottom of the line, is like, why do you need the mindfulness? You have the mindfulness so that you can aware of the impermanent. Am I right? But you are not there aware of the impermanent, and I'm going to change the impermanent, or I'm going to control the impermanent, or I'm going to manipulate the impermanent. Why not? Because if you really have mindfulness and be able to contemplate everything as impermanent, even our own body, our own mind is impermanent. Every day we change. Everybody's body gets older. Every move in a real life, it is changing and different. Even you make the same move. But are you sure that your body state and conditions, physiology is the same? So this is the issue in the past 100 years in traditional Chinese martial art culture. So if we don't bring it back to this, you know, those structure concept or those detached concept, they are somebody's thinking. Those are not reality. If you think those are reality and be able to handle the reality of impermanence, then it is a disaster. So this is what I'd like to share with you. We're not talking about who is the most advanced, who is the king of this or that. We talk about education so that we know the reality. That's why I always say, this is a culture channel. This is for education. We need to be educated enough that when we see a tiger, we know there is tiger. Instead of believing, I can hypnotize you, tiger. Tiger, sit down, sit down. I mean, are you kidding? It is a tiger, okay? So this is to share with you. It is the time to know what is the reality, or else it is a wasting of life.